Welcome, true crime enthusiasts, to another episode of American True Crime Stories. Tonight, we delve into a mystery that has haunted a small West Virginia town for over 70 years. A tale of fire, vanished children, and a chilling absence of answers. This is the story of the Sodder children. It was Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia. George and Jenny Sodder, Italian immigrants who had built a successful trucking business, were celebrating with 9 of their 10 children. Their eldest son, Joe, was away serving in the military. The Sodders were a large, boisterous family, full of life and love. That night the younger children were particularly excited. Marion, the oldest daughter present, had taken the 3 youngest, Martha, 7, Jenny, 5, and Betty, 2, to a Christmas party in town. When they returned, they were all in high spirits. The 5 youngest children, Morris, 14, Louis, 10, Martha, Jenny, and Betty, asked their parents if they could stay up late to play with their new toys. George and Jenny, caught up in the festive spirit, agreed, but reminded them to put away their toys and make sure the fire was out before bed. The older children, Marion, 17, George, Jr., 16, John, 23, and Sylvia, 2, along with their parents, retired to their respective rooms. Sylvia, the youngest at just 2, was sleeping in a crib in her parents' room. The other children were spread across 2 upstairs bedrooms. Around 1:00 a.m. the phone rang. Jenny Sodder answered. A woman with a strange voice asked for a number Jenny didn't recognize, followed by an unsettling, cackling laugh. Jenny dismissed it as a wrong number, but something about it felt off. She went back to bed, only to be woken again less than half an hour later. This time it wasn't the phone. It was the smell of smoke. Jenny quickly realized the house was on fire. She woke George, and they immediately began trying to get their children out. George, Jenny, Marion, George, Jr., John, and Sylvia managed to escape the inferno. But 5 children were still inside: Morris, Louis, Martha, Jenny, and Betty. George Sodder, a strong man, frantically trying to start a stalled truck. George tried desperately to get back inside, but the stairway was engulfed in flames. He ran to his truck, hopping to move it closer to the house to use a ladder stored on the side. But for reasons he couldn't comprehend, the truck, which had worked perfectly that day, wouldn't start. He tried a second truck, the same result. Both vehicles, inexplicably, refused to ignite. Frantic, George searched for his ladders. They were always kept leaning against the house, but on this night they were nowhere to be found. He eventually found one, too short to reach the second-story windows where his children slept. Neighbors, alerted by the fire, gathered but were largely helpless. A somber, desolate scene of the Sodder farmhouse, reduced to ashes and rubble the morning after the fire. By the time the fire department, based several miles away, arrived hours later, the Sodder home was a smoldering ruin. The Sodders were devastated but held onto a desperate hope that their 5 missing children somehow had escaped. A small group of firefighters sifting through the ashes of a house, looking for any sign of life. The official investigation was shockingly brief. After a cursory search, the fire chief declared that all 5 children must have perished in the blaze. He claimed the fire was caused by faulty wiring, and that the intensity of the flames had completely incinerated their bodies. No bones, no fragments, nothing was found in the ash and debris. Jenny Sodder, however, refused to believe it. She knew the wiring in their home was new and had been recently inspected. More importantly, she believed she would have smelled burning flesh, seen some evidence of her children's remains. But there was nothing. The official explanation simply didn't add up. George also couldn't shake the malfunctioning trucks or the missing ladders. He was a mechanic. He knew his vehicles. It felt too coincidental. The family began to suspect foul play. In the weeks and months that followed, strange occurrences fueled their suspicions. A woman at a nearby motel claimed she saw 4 of the Sodder children with 2 unknown adults during the fire. She said they drove away in a car before the fire department arrived. Another witness claimed to have seen a man stealing the Sodders' ladders. There were even reports of people seeing the children in various parts of the country in the years following the fire. George Sodder had a strong opinion on certain political matters and was outspoken against Mussolini and fascism, topics that had unfortunately caused him issues with certain individuals in the past, including an insurance salesman who had threatened him. This man allegedly told George, "Your house is going to go up in smoke, and your children are going to be destroyed." The salesman even added, "You are going to pay for the dirty remarks you have been making against Mussolini." This threat came just months before the fire. The Sodders hired private investigators. Years later, Jenny found a small, hard, green, rubber-like object in the ashes, unlike anything that should have been in the house. The family speculated it might have been an incendiary device designed to start the fire. The most poignant clue arrived in 1967. 22 years after the fire, Jenny received a letter from Central City, Kentucky. Inside was a photograph of a young man, strikingly similar to their missing son, Louis. On the back it read, "Louis Sodder, I love brother Frankie, Illo boys, A90132 or 35. The Sodders sent a private investigator to Kentucky, but he never reported back. The family believed they were being stonewalled, that someone powerful wanted this case to remain unsolved. For decades, the Sodders kept the case alive. They put up billboards along Route 16, offering a reward for information. They never moved from Fayetteville, always hoping their children would one day return home. Jenny wore black for the rest of her life, a constant symbol of her mourning and her enduring hope. George Sodder died in 1969 and Jenny in 1989, never knowing the fate of their 5 children. The remaining Sodder siblings continued their parents' quest for answers, but the truth remains elusive. Was it a tragic accident, as officially declared, despite all the inconsistencies? Or was it a kidnapping, perhaps orchestrated by individuals with a vendetta against George Sodder? The phone call, the stalled trucks, the missing ladders, the unburned incendiary device, and the mysterious photograph. Too many anomalies for a simple house fire. The Sodder case stands as one of America's most perplexing missing persons mysteries, a chilling reminder that sometimes, even in the most devastating of circumstances, the truth can remain forever buried. What do you think happened to the Sodder children? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to @KingJames417 for more true crime stories, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Until next time, stay safe and keep questioning everything.